What's going on, Gator Nation? You know what it is. And for this episode, I'm finally back in my house of the Young the Rowdies. Y'all know I've been on the road the last few weeks. It's your boy, Patric Young, bringing you the content that you love about the Gators, everything that goes with from coaching to former players to current players. And for this episode, I'm super excited because we got another current player back in the mix. Sadly, I believe it's his one and only year that we're going to have him. But as you know, we've got a chance to see him on the court, pour his heart and soul out on the court. And one thing that you got to love about this guy is how his effort on both sides of the court, especially defensively. But he's showing us now that, hey, my man can score that thing too. You know what I'm saying? But I want to introduce none other than Phlandrous Fleming Jr, number 24, the one we've known to come and love, that's played 17 games in a Gator uniform already. Phlan, can you believe it's been 17 games already?
It's wild, man. Time going by so fast, man. But I love it. I love it.
It's a blessing, man. Y'all just coming off a big win last night. Your boy the Rowdies, man, he was flying around last night.
The Rowdies played really well. Actually, before the game, he came to me and said, "Man, I'm feeling really good today." And it showed last night.
Yeah. I mean, he was. It just seems like when he's on, he's shooting the ball really well. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but he's shooting really well from the 3-point line. And just someone that has a feel for the game and finding his spots. I mean, that's what you would hopefully expect from a guy that's his senior year as well to fill in. But you've had plenty of great moments as well, where obviously the mix coming from the Big South to the SEC, new team, all the things that obviously are going to correlate to having not a slow start, but transition. And then you started to really find your way right now. So how are you feeling with everything?
I'm feeling great, man. Like you said, I'm still kind of adjusting. 17 games in. The Big South and the SEC are two totally different leagues. But I'm starting to find myself and just trying to help the team win. But I'm loving it though. I'm loving the challenge. Loving being able to play against top guards, top players in the SEC, and it is so much fun.
You say that the Big South and SEC are so different. When was the first moment you're like, dang, this is different?
It was really my first day, our first day of practice. When I was going against Colin and Jay, getting hit by screens that I never really got hit by. I'm like, goodness gracious, this how about to be? And it was an adjustment, but
Man, I don't know if anybody could get used to getting hit by a screen by Jay, boy. That's Jason Jatobo. My man is a force.
Nice. He is. Glad he's on our team.
Yeah, and I was really proud of him, watching the game last night, of his playing with 4 fouls and able to still stay locked in, because he had been trending in the right direction as far as his performance, really getting better, staying consistent, just finding good minutes for the team. He had some hustle plays that I said, dang, the big fella diving on the floor, like what's like this was, and then you get tested mentally. Can you stay locked in when you can't control what you can't control? You got 4 fouls. The team needs you. Colin is out. How are you going to come in and step into the game? He had a really big block on the baseline in the last few minutes. That was, a guy with 4 fouls. It was huge play. So it's really awesome seeing his growth.
For sure.
So, you come from the big, when we're doing the podcast, I always love just, bring it back. Obviously we're going to talk a lot of basketball, of course, but we're going to talk about, I care more about who you are and how you got to this place. So, take us back. You born and raised in Athens, Georgia?
Yes, sir.
Oh, and we know that because I forgot. I didn't even know this happened until I came into work one day at the SEC, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you didn't hear about what Phlan did?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Oh yeah, he's a Georgia Bulldog fan because he's from Athens, and he posted, I guess, when Georgia won the chip."
Yeah, it was that's where I'm from, man. I've always been a dog football fan since I was a little kid, man. So it was I was happy to see them win.
So you grow up, yeah. Honestly, it was for me because I've never seen Georgia have great success since I've been a Gator fan growing up. I think that the last championship was in '81 or something like that. So it's
Long
good to
time.
see somebody else get it. Good to see a good, hear nothing but great things about Kirby Smart and what he's doing with the program, and just hope Florida can do whatever they did,
Yeah.
emulate that equation. Because I don't know.
Napier getting them in here though. They getting the right players in here. So we'll see what he can do.
The players, it's a lot of things that come into winning for sure. But yeah, definitely, if you can't recruit, you're gonna struggle. But yeah, you born in Athens, Georgia. What was life like growing up? I know you got a lot of siblings. What was life like growing up?
It was, pretty good. Just hooping. I used to play at the Boys and Girls Club as a little kid. I came up. Everything was local for me. All my AAU team. I playing at Boys and Girls Club. I went to middle school like 15 minutes away from my house. Went to high school 20 minutes away from my house. So yeah, man, it was fun growing up. Like you said, I got siblings, and we, do what siblings do, trying to teach them the game, and they playing it just like I'm playing it now.
So you got 5 siblings, right? Yeah. So I can imagine there's a lot of competition in the house growing up.
A lot of competition. My sisters used to play basketball, but they had stopped. And but my little brothers love the game. They go outside almost every day, playing each other, competing for who's better, and you know how that goes. But yeah, they love the game.
So did you always know you wanted to play ball? I know you played a little bit of football as well. I mean, obviously, in growing up watching Georgia football, probably there was a part of you that was like, oh, I could, I might dabble over there on between the gridiron. That's what they call it, the gridiron.
Yeah, not really, man. I didn't really like playing football. When when you're younger and stuff, my dad, my uncle was like, get into football so you get tougher for basketball. You know what I'm saying? But I had broke my hand. I don't know if you can see that.
Okay.
I broke 2 bones in my hand when I was younger, playing football, and then after that, I said I'm not doing this no more because I ain't played basketball that season. I was like, I'm not about to be playing football and not be able to play basketball. So, I mean, it was fun when I played. I played quarterback, I played receiver, I played safety. I wouldn't say I was that good, but I was decent. Just a little athlete.
When did you stop playing football?
I stopped playing, I think 6th or 7th grade.
Okay.
One of them. I can't remember. Yeah. When I hurt my hand, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this no more.
Yeah. I'm grateful my dad, he never put me out there on the football field. He just had that he played football, and he was like, he didn't want his son to go through all that. But I mean, if you're an athlete, you're gonna deal with injuries no matter what. That's just part of the life. But football is just like on another level. Like
another level. I was like, man, I'm a hooper. I don't need to be out there.
So when you start, when you hang up playing football, was that like tough for your parents at all? Were they like, dang, we wanted you to play? Or they're just, they wanted you to go for whatever sport you wanted to go for?
Yeah, they knew. I was playing basketball since I really came out the womb, so they knew that was the one for me. They didn't really care if I played basketball, football, baseball. They just wanted to see me happy and happy that I was in sports competing.
That's awesome. So you go on, you finish up playing football, and then obviously you already been, like you said, you came out of the womb playing basketball. You obviously you put your time and energy and effort into basketball more like 100%. Now at that time, like how was your development, and when did you hit a level in your development where you're like, dang, like I got a chance, like I can take this somewhere?
It was difficult, man, because this was the era where AAU ball went from just playing AAU ball to what it is now, where this is where you get recruited and
Yep.
and the cameras, lights, action, everything, and like that transition, I didn't really understand at the time, and but it was difficult, man, watching all these guys that played and getting all this exposure that you didn't get. And it just made me work harder. That was my development skills. And this was the era where people started shooting more threes and less mid-range shots and stuff like that. So I kind of had to adjust my game a little bit. So I started to, shoot a lot more threes on my off time in the gym and stuff. So my development probably, I think it was my 11th grade year where I was like, oh man, I could really make something happen. Because my sophomore year, playing AAU ball, I played with a team called Oconee something. I can't remember the team. And I had dropped like 40 in the AAU game, and I was like,
Wow.
goodness. I said good. But the crazy part is my team wasn't, it was a local team, so it wasn't like there was nobody there, no coaches, nothing was there. And I'm just like, if I can do this, I can build off of this, keep working, and I might can get some, scholarships, get some more looks out. So probably my sophomore, junior year, that's when I really like locked in into my game and knew that I could get to where I'm at today.
When did you start getting like really recruited at that point, in high school?
I really was not recruited much. Charleston Southern was one of two of my offers. I got an offer from Air Force, but I didn't.
That would have been different.
yeah.
Can
My
you
dad
imagine? Well,
my dad was in the
you wouldn't be having
military.
that hair right now. I know that.
My dad was in the military, so I got all that all throughout my years. I said I'm not going to that again. That's not what I want to do. So, my junior year, I played with the Georgia Phoenix, and we went down to Orlando at the Disney thing. I don't know what it's called, like the Disney place where they be hooping. But that's where I got my offer from Charleston Southern, and yeah, the rest is history. I didn't have no more. I had looks and stuff, but no one else really offered me.
So then, obviously you go into that, you finish up, had a great last senior year, end up being player, class 5A player of the year. What did you start doing what was your mindset, if you can take yourself back, as because I'm sure there was part of you like, dang, like obviously not taking anything from the Big South, but I'm sure in your mind you knew that you could be on, a high major stage. What were you thinking as you were preparing for college and stepping into your freshman year?
When I was preparing for college, man, the biggest thing I was scared about was not being strong enough. So my dad got me a trainer, trying to grow my strength. And all I was thinking about going in was, I got to start. I never came off the bench. I got to start. I want to be the best, so I'm gonna work at it. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably my biggest fear when I was transitioning. I knew I could guard. I knew I could get in where I could fit in, but I was like, I know college players are way stronger than what I am right now. So that was probably my biggest fear, but it was an adjustment, and it made me a lot better.
Was that your first time really going through a strength training program?
Oh yeah, definitely. I at that time I couldn't even do what do you call them things? 5 dips. I couldn't do 5 dips at that time.
Oh, okay.
I
Body
couldn't
weight?
do no pull-ups, body weight. I couldn't do no pull-ups. I couldn't do nothing around that time. So I'm like, yeah, I got like 5 weeks, 2 months. I got like a month and a half. I gotta get well before I get there.
Well, it paid off dividends as if anyone were to go and look at what you achieved just your freshman season, first year in college, that you ranked second in the team in scoring in 29 appearances and started 28 of those 29 games. So you get there your freshman and, make it all freshman team, runner up for freshman of the year of that year. What was that adjustment like? You come in hungry, you stay hungry the whole year, continue to work. Know you're a workhorse, but just let people know what your process was like and when you got there as a freshman.
It was smooth, man. The guys that recruited me, actually, the guys that recruited me, this business of college basketball, assistant coaches that recruited me, they left. So it was 2 assistant coaches that recruited me that was calling me every day. They left. So it was kind of like a
Hmm.
weird situation, but it was smooth because the guys that was on the team, we had Christian Keelan, Cortez, Mitchell, a lot of different seniors. They just came in and welcomed me with open arms and kind of showed me the ropes and told me, this and that about who and how to adjust. But it was smooth, man. I came in, just tried to work as hard as possible. Coach Radeball, he told me when I came in, he was like, I don't care about seniority. I don't care about um, who scored this many points last year or who did this last year. If you come in and work every day and you will start if you do what you have to do what you're supposed to do. So I took that with a grain of salt and I was like, okay, he don't have no agenda behind who he's playing and everything. So I was like, I can come in and start. I can come in and make an impact immediately. So it was a good transition for me.
At the conclusion of that season, you spent 4 years at in the Big South at Charleston Southern. What was tell what are some of your favorite memories there? I mean, that's a lot of games.
Yeah,
That's 4 years. That's over 100 games, probably close to 120 or more. There's so much you can get into as you develop and grew in there. But what's something that pops off the top of your head right there?
Off the top of my head, man, we went my junior year. We went into Missouri and we got an upset at Missouri. That's probably the best win that I had there. A couple more, I had a couple game winners here and there, but that game in Missouri, man, we came in and I think we had lost like 3 in a row, and we just fought, and we pulled it out, man. It was a great feeling to go into Missouri and upset them. So.
Yeah, was Coach Mark Cusco Martin there, the head coach there at the time?
I'm not even sure, honestly. I know
He might have
Xavier
been.
Pinson from
Yeah, I think
LSU.
so.
He was there. So I think I don't remember his name, but it was a great it was a great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was. But one thing that's obviously that's really cool about your time there is for one, well, the two things. The first one is that you are one of 2 players in the history there to go for, was it 2? One of 2 players in Charleston Southern history to reach 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 2,000 assists, 100 steals, and 50 blocks. So you were able to get it all across the board. But even cooler is, back-to-back defensive players of the year. A lot of guys, as their scoring average and their role starts to get increased, sometimes that defensive side can kind of, you relax a little bit or just become an offensive guy. But you stay and still are committed to both sides of the floor. How were you able to manage that as your role continued to grow to not lose sight of your strength? What is one of your strengths?
Um, I would say that my freshman year of high school, man, I came in and I was on varsity, and coming in as a freshman, you're not about to go score a lot of points. Not most people, but my coach came in. He told me just come in and be a defender. Always defend. That's how you're gonna get on the court. And I just took that like with a grain of salt, and I've been like that my whole life, man. Once I got to college, it was a whole nother level because a lot of people, all coaches love defenders. All coaches
Yep.
gonna play. All coaches gonna play people that are gonna defend. So when I'm scoring, I like to score on people and I like to stop them on the other end. And that was always my motto, man. So and I love to affect the game in different ways and all types of different ways, whether it's a steal, block, assist, scoring, anything. So anything that I could help with winning, man, that's what I always wanted to do.
Yeah, you're often out there in the front of that press,
Yeah,
causing havoc, leading the break, which is pretty awesome. So you finish up your career there, your senior year, first team, All Big South, Defensive Player of the Year, back to back there. You Did you know right away that you wanted to use that graduate transfer year, or like were you deciding between that and like just going pro, or because that's a tough decision. But you knew, like we said in the beginning, that with the quality level of talent that you have, but you just didn't have the opportunity to get exposed and have that when you were younger. So what was the thought process on the next step after you graduated from CSU?
It was a battle, man. I was we didn't know about the COVID year. It was a up and down. So I was battling with myself and talking to my family, like, should I just go ahead and take a leap, take a chance on pro, or should I, use the graduate year? But ultimately it was just a decision coming down to this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's a blessing that I could, come back and use this grad year at a higher level school, So I was like, I didn't want to come back to school personally. Yeah. But then,
it's all right.
Talking
hey,
to
be real.
Talking to my folks and everything, it kind of put it in perspective. This is a stepping stone could be much greater, networking, talking to the different people, getting to know different people in Gainesville, and just adding connections on so I can use later on in life.
Of all places, the Georgia boy, the Bulldog, he ended up with the Gators. Man, that had to be tough. That had to be like, oh Lord, I'm finna go play for them.
Nah,
man, for real. Come on, you was like, man, I don't know.
Nah, man, it was a lot of different people recruiting me, man. But Georgia, this is Georgia's rival, but it was never about none of that to me. Yeah. It was always about getting to where I can go, where I'm accepted, where I'm wanted. Because I only have 1 year. It was hard to. I didn't have that much time. I couldn't visit because of COVID. So it was a tough transition, but. In my mind, that was never in my mind. It was in everybody else's mind around me. But to me, it was never. I never was thinking like, oh man, because I could have, that could have blocked the blessing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was always thinking, what can I gain? What can I get? And how can I grow? So, and I think Florida was my best chance at doing that.
So when Coach White called you, I think you told me, or someone told me, it was like, is this 2-time defensive player of the year? Or what was it like when you first time you chatted with him on the phone?
Oh man, it was a shocker, man. He came into the process, a little late, into my process a little late, but it was a shocker, man. He came on. He was like, I know you're about to commit. I'm a little late, but could you just give Florida a chance? And I was like, yeah, of course, man. As soon as I answered the phone, I could feel the genuineness in his voice. So I gave Florida a chance, and I'm glad that I did.
What was it that about Coach White that made you say, out of the, who else were you deciding between? That's really interesting that he came a little bit later in your process, so you kind of already had close to making a decision at that point. So he did something, said something that really was like, nah, this is it. Like, what was it, the thing that made it for you just like, I got to go there, that's it?
Yeah, it was just I don't know. That's why I was telling my folks. I was like, I don't know. I don't know, because I was talking to a lot of different coaches and whatever. But as soon as he called me, it was like I just felt like this was the place for me.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but because I was kind of on the fence about about different schools that I was talking to already, and then he called me. I was like, okay, I'm hearing him talk about where they're gonna use me at the defensive, what Florida lost, and what the different transfers that are coming in, where I fit in. And I was like, this is sounding really good to me, So it wasn't a certain phrase or thing that he said. It was just like him talking to him just felt genuine. He wasn't sugarcoating anything. He was 100% honest with me, and that's what I wanted to come into. I wanted to come into a place where I could make an impact, and coaches are honest with me.
Yeah. Before we move on, let me tell you guys a little bit about our partners over at Bet Rivers Sportsbook. If you haven't signed up with Bet Rivers yet, now is the time, because they are offering a $250 match bonus for your first deposit. But what sets them apart is that they require just one play through to turn your bonus into cash money. With their new Rush Pay Instant Approval, withdrawing your winnings is safer, more secure, and more reliable. With basketball season tipping off, get in on the action by going to betrivers.com today or by downloading the BetRivers iOS app. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And that's one thing I love about Coach White. You know, I haven't had a chance to ever get coached by him, but every time, I've been around him ever since he took the job, just from time to time, and I'm like, is he really like this every day? Like, and yeah, he's like genuine, authentic. Like, what you see is what you get, and like it's no, like, he won't hold grudges on you. He's gonna be real, loving at the same time. Like, he cares about you, and that's one thing that, when I hear about how coaches used to do things back in the day, they used to just be disciplined, just straight discipline. It wasn't like discipline with love and know I care about you. It's just like, nah, do what I say. Why? Because I said so, and you're gonna do it, or you ain't gonna play. That's it. And you remember what you did? I ain't gonna forget what you did last. Like, dog, like, how is that going to be motivational for a player? Because you want your players to run through a wall for you, and like effort and motivation should never be a question for your guys. But if like a coach comes to you with questionable character, sometimes you're just like, man, I don't play for this dude, what, that's one thing that I just the fans, I hope they can come to appreciate that trait in Coach White, because there's nothing that shows up on a stat sheet or a statistic, but it shows up in how the guys come ready to play and just like and bounce back. You guys bounce back really quickly, and even if the shot's not like, you guys, what I love seeing about you guys this year is that even in adversity or whatever may happen, I've never seen a moment where the body language is terrible, or guys pointing fingers, or just the negativity that can consume a team from getting over, having a quick turnaround to get to the next. Yeah. It's been like nothing but motivation and accountability in a good way, which is like, it's so rare to find. Like, that's how like, I think y'all toughed out that win with Ohio State. Honestly, y'all just stay together, chipping away. Like, ball ain't going in, chipping away at that lead, whatever it may be. Like, they're not getting easy shots. They're getting shots late in the clock, and we out, getting to the free throw line. But that had to be crazy when Tyree made that shot.
It was wild, man. I was thinking coach was about to call a timeout. I was nervous. I was like, man, I don't know what we was about to do, but it was crazy, man. What a shot.
I was like, that's a bad shot. Whoa.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man.
I was like, that's a bad shot, but apparently he knocked that down. Like, y'all see him knock it down, shots like that all the time, apparently.
Oh yeah,
that's what DeGru said.
All the time. He's one of them. He's one of those guys you can't really explain. It just goes in sometimes.
So I got to ask you. You brought it up, and it made me think. What was your transition like working out with Preston Green?
I've never, ever had somebody like Preston, man. Coach P is a different animal, man. But he made me. I mean, I understood the importance of strength training, but he took it to a whole nother level. Whereas each day a different dynamic, and how specific different muscles and stuff. Like, he's so into it, and it just, and I think that's what helped me, to come here too. That's what kind of packed on some things that helped me come here too. So I knew that coming here and getting strength coached by him, that's like a professional level strength coaching. And so that's what I want to get to, and getting here and being able to get coached by him, man, it's just a great experience. Great.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me grab my charger. I want my laptop that way.
Gotcha.
It's right here. Get it. All right. So when you the first time working out with P, like you come there with Preston in the summertime, right? And them strongman training, the strongman workouts.
That was the man.
You probably
The
never
first,
experienced soreness like that in your life.
never, ever, ever. The first week was okay. The first week was okay because like a little transition week. But the second week when we started to push the truck, that's when I was like, goodness gracious, what is this? But it helped out in the long run, man. I'm so glad I did it. Would I do it again? I don't know, but I'm so
Right?
glad.
Like sometimes like because I retired and like working out was always like attached to a purpose, like getting better or getting more fit, stronger in a certain area. And like I finally kind of got back into it a little bit with my with some of my friends here. And then like I was like, man, would I ever do strongman training again and put myself through that? Nah, no way. I hated it. It was but I think what it does too, which you can see with you guys at the beginning of the season, I think that environment of it being like so hard and you guys working together and trying to get through, I think that helped build chemistry for you guys coming into the season. Like, especially, the narrative for the team was like, for, a lot of transfers, two guys go to the NBA, four guys transfer, then a bunch of guys transfer in. And it's like, you got a quick, it's not a lot of time each team has each year to really build chemistry and be ready. But it seems like in a quick amount of time, and you guys really were able to mesh together. What do you attest to that?
Yeah, of course, man. Going through strongman together, going through conditioning together, going through summer workouts together, and then we stayed in the same area together also. So just that transition with these guys, man, it made it even easier because these, great character guys, great guys to be around. And like you said, all of our transfers coming in, and we just meshed immediately. And that's not common, as rare to find. So I think it just attests to our character, the guy's character, and how we could just get along like right rapidly. It was fun, man. It was hard, but us going through it together, like you said, it increased our chemistry a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really came to show. So what was it like for you? That the very first game, not the preseason game, but we talk about the first game of the season that you got to step out there in the uniform and play in the Gator uniform.
It was absolutely amazing, man.
Yeah.
Wild experience. I've never been at a in that type of setting with the crowd rooting for me. You know what I'm saying? It's always been I've been on the other side, so it was absolutely amazing being able to go in the exact, I can't even say arena and being able to play in front of the Rowdies and all the fans, man. It was just like warm feeling.
You already know that the game November 14th against Florida State, that was a huge game. That game meant a lot for
sure.
The program and Coach White having lost 7 straight against Florida State, and you guys looked so good that game, man. That was sensational. Obviously, with the season, there's been ups and downs and trying to figure things out. But how have you guys? Because it's a long season, and what has been your approach as a senior, as a graduate transfer? Being a leader of this team, because you've been through a lot. You've when you're looking at Kawasi, he's a freshman. You've been through a lot of things that he's been through. And you have the maturity of like when you lose a game, drop a game to Texas Southern or whomever it may be. What has been your mindset and your approach to this last year? Just taking it day by day, game by game, or what do you attest to just your mental fortitude throughout this year? Because you have been just like steady, getting better and better and better each game, which is that it's going to take time because it's a new team, but it seems as though your comfort level and confidence is continuing to grow for the team.
Yeah, man. Just staying the course, man. Coming from where I come from, we didn't really at Charleston Southern we didn't really win as much as I wanted to, but we just stayed the course. You stayed the course. You got to learn how to take losses as a as a great player, and you got to have amnesia. You got to forget about it. You got to just move on to the next play, next game. Um, but just staying the course, trusting your ability to get into the gym and trusting yourself on that. Just because certain things didn't work this game doesn't mean it's going to work the next game. Just keep it a fresh mindset and just keep going and keep going. Like you said, Waste, man, he's one of those guys, man, that works extremely hard. And I tell him all the time, just trust your work, and
Yeah,
it's paying off right now. It's paying off a lot.
yeah, yeah. Speaking on the freshmen, and I guess some of your other teammates, how have you been able to, because there's a spectrum of things with you guys, how have you guys with that chemistry that you developed? Is it super comfortable being able to talk to a guy of like obviously the encouragement, and not saying confronting the guy, but sometimes maybe saying, hey, you can be doing better than this or whatever. Like it's a challenge because what they are capable of, and when they're not bringing that level, you got to be a good teammate and friend, because like I want somebody to tell me when they say I'm not doing my best or whatever it may be. And has that been pretty easy for you guys, as because I know there's all types of narratives that go on in a season, but that's sometimes one of the toughest things, of like being able to tell a guy like, hey, you can be doing better right now in a loving way. It's always the way that you communicate it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
how's that been for you?
Us being a mature team, older team, a lot of older guys, it has been pretty good for us. All of us talk to each other, telling each other this, you could do this, or this what I seen, this what I seen, and we have constructive criticism talks. So like you said, no one holds no grudges. That's the thing about this team, man. We're an older group. Everybody's willing to listen, open to listening. Coaches, players, everything. So um, it hasn't been that hard. You're gonna
Yeah.
have combat here and there, but it's been really easy being as mature as we are. So it's been good.
Going into that this most recent game with Mississippi State, you guys were down like the majority of the game up until the last. What was the message for you guys at halftime before going into that run? Because you shut Iverson Molinar out until the very last 45 seconds of the second half of the rest of the game, and he, as we know, I've seen him coming off being SEC Player of the Week. He makes the game look really easy. It's fun to watch him play. But you guys, like defensively, like y'all when y'all are locked in, you just create so much chaos. And I think because you can never control when shots go in and out, but bringing that level of defense, you guys are always going to have a chance to beat anybody. So what was the message for y'all in that second half, in halftime, from Coach White coming into the game there?
Yeah, at halftime, man, he basically told us that we scored 35 points in the half, and they scored 41. So he basically was telling us like, we're not playing enough defense, guys. They're just scoring too easily, too many points, and we had to pick up our defensive effort on the other end. We had to trust that our offense was gonna keep going, because 35 points in the half, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's on good pace. So, but we weren't stopping them. So the second half, man, that's what he told. I mean, at halftime, that's what we kept harping on, was trying to stop them, continuing to contain Molinar, because like you said, he coming off a Player of the Week, great player, great pace. It's just, but I think we did a good job keep continuing to box out, because those guys go and they play too big. So that was a difficulty for us not having Colin, but we prevailed.
Yeah, and I know that's definitely been tough in regards to Colin getting hurt right now, and that's a good thing to bring up. Colin gets hurt in practice. You're not sure if he's going to be able to play or not. What is the message for the guys? Because I got a chance to talk to Anthony after the game, and I'm sure you guys were next man, next up. You guys changed the offense around a little bit in that game, played five guys out. everyone knew they had to step up a little bit more because Colin he's such a force on both sides of the floor. Like he's protecting the basket, he's rebounding, he finishes well, he gets it out of there as well. So missing him, like, you know, there was going to be an adjustment because you're playing more of an offense that you don't play on the norm. But what was coach's message? What was the message you guys had to each other coming into that game, knowing that Colin wasn't going to be on the floor with you guys?
Yeah, like you said, man, coach told us next man up. The coach was like, he's not, you know, worried at all because, you know, Jason, he been steady getting better and better and better and better. And he's built for it. He was ready for this moment. And he came in and gave us a great spark. So like you said, it was next man up. Coach told us guards, you gotta step up. You know, because we usually feed it into Colin a lot. And, you know, we all just did step up. Kawasi, the Rouge stepped up crazily. App, you know, making big plays like he
shooting the ball well.
does.
Yeah,
exactly.
Agree too.
And I think that's just a test of our team. This is how our team is. We got a lot of different pieces that can do a lot of different things, man. And I think that showed against Mississippi State. We can't wait for Colin to get back, of course, but you know, we want him to be well also. So we'll you know, take it with a grain of salt. And Jay, I think Jay is a huge piece of us winning along the road, and I think he's built for it. Toon coming off the bench and giving us great minutes. You know, so I think that's who we are. We can play a lot of different people in a lot of different places. Versatility, versatile team, and yeah, man, it was great to see a lot of different people do a lot of different things.
You guys have a little bit of a tough stretch here coming up. You have, you know, just played Mississippi State, and then you got Vandy on Saturday, Mississippi on Ole Miss on Monday, Tennessee on Wednesday, and then the Big 12 challenge with OK State on that Saturday. What's the mindset? What's the preparation like? And, you know, you got a tough stretch like this. You know, what do you do to take care of your body consistently and rest and recover, but also knowing how to, you got to get yourself ready for each game and prepare and put the work in at the same time? Because this is a tough stretch. But this is going to be, when you're a pro next year, like, this is going to be it. It's going to be it as well.
It's great practice. I guess you could say it's great practice, you know. But every day just taking a day at a time. Not trying to do too much, but not trying to do too little. Still getting in the gym, getting your mechanics right, staying ready. Just doing those things, those little things, stretching at night and stuff here and there, and staying with Duke, man. Duke is
that guy, man.
He's that guy, man. So, you know, just going in there every day, talking to him, telling them our injuries or whatever. But he take care of us, so we're not worried. Like you said, it's gonna be a tough stretch, but I think we're built for it. We're built for it, and like we got a lot of different pieces. We can play a lot of different players, so I think we're gonna be ready. I think it's gonna be a good stretch. We're on this. We're gonna try to keep these wins going. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I believe you guys had the toughest 3 games in Florida basketball history of Alabama, Auburn, and LSU. And man, I was that LSU game, man, y'all could have had that one. Just a tough shooting night, but which is what happens. But you know, those moments like that force it to put you back up against the wall. You know, you find ways to get better and win, and that's what you guys are doing. But you know, we'll give the basketball talk a stretch or a break real quick. Wanted to ask a few questions. I know the people are all wondering. First question or first statement, you have probably the coolest name in all of college basketball. What is the story behind your name, Phlandrous?
Man, it's well, my dad's name's Phlandrous, so I'm a junior. And I asked my grandmother when I was like 10, 11, what does my name mean? Like, what did y'all get it from? And she was like, her grandmother came up with it. Her grandmother named my dad. So, and I was like, so where did it come from? She was like, it came from a old TV show.
Okay.
I don't know what TV show. I don't know what it is. I've been looking ever since. I couldn't find it. So, I mean, I'm still looking. I'm still wondering where my name, the origins of it. But I love it. I love my name. I used to didn't like it as a kid because no one could pronounce it. But A lot of people are getting better at it.
Man, TV show, I ain't never heard that before in my life.
Exactly. I think she was
But
just trying to get me to stop talking.
yeah, but that's pretty cool. Your name has meaning, and it was a purpose behind it. You don't know. I guess you didn't get like a complete answer.
No clue, man.
Didn't
No
get a
clue.
complete answer on it, but it's always going to be a conversation starter. That's for sure. What are some things that you do outside of basketball for fun? And now that you're in Gainesville, that you're more in Florida, not a Florida boy, how did you get? First off, how did you get used to that heat?
Oh man, I was kind of used to it because Charleston's a hot place, man. Charleston's
All right.
always hot. But the things that I do, when I'm not hooping on my off season, man, I love bowling. I'm a big time bowler. I go in, I'll throw like 9 games, man. I love bowling.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Have you thrown a perfect game? What's perfect game yet? Or got
No
close to
way.
it?
I wish. No, not even close. I got to like 240, 250.
Wow.
Yeah, but no, I haven't gotten to no perfect game, man. Still working at it, but I haven't really had much time to do it.
You been up to
Here,
splits
but
yet?
I've been able to splits one time, man. I did not like
What?
splits, man. Splits was the lanes weren't oily enough for me,
Nah,
man.
yeah. You gotta if you meet up with the owner guy, he's usually there, and get to the back lanes. Like there's lanes in the back. Those ones are a little bit better. Cause yeah, me and my boys, we would go up there sometimes and I'm ashamed to say don't do as I say, not as I do. This is one of those moments. We would go up there and they would have 25-cent singles and 50-cent doubles, and we would drink Jack and Cokes, and and we would have a ball. Just like, I mean, it's good, wholesome fun when you go up there and bowl, but we definitely had a table full of Jack and Cokes that and probably only spent like $12 the whole time there. But yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it again, man. Okay, I'm gonna go to the owners back, man.
Yeah, you got to bring some of the guys up there with you, man. It's a really good time to vibe, and they play some good music. The wings are a little skimpy, like they're like skinny wings, which I'm not a fan of. But yeah, man, anything else outside of bowling?
I'm a huge gamer, man. I play 2K. I'm a huge in the park guy. I get it. I take it really seriously. I hate losing, so I love playing 2K though. That's probably my top 2 favorite hobbies: bowling and 2K.
2K, is that the only one you play? Any Call of Duty, any other shooting games, or Fortnite?
Nah, I don't play no Call of Duty, no Fortnite. I can't really get the shooting down. I never really got the people are too good to be playing, man. So but I play like single games, like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that, more comeback, stuff like that.
Yeah, I had to, so busy. I don't really have time to play video games as much as I used to. I'll play games on my phone every now and then, but my girl, she just looks at me with this like disdain, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you playing? I'm like, leave me alone. Like, am I hurting anybody just playing like a little game on my phone? Like, I used to be a big FIFA guy. Me and Will You Get, bro, we used to play FIFA religiously. It took me like 4 years to beat him though.
For real?
Yeah, because I never even liked soccer. He taught me how to play, then I finally figured out how to beat him. Yeah, me, Scotty Wilbeck and I, and Kate, we would my freshman year, we would all sit and share the screen and play zombies on Call of Duty. I just could never get into 2K because I was so trash, man. I just wouldn't persevere. I wouldn't persevere to get better because sometimes I'm not a process guy. I'm playing basketball. I should be good at this. But it just
I didn't get into gaming until the COVID era. I had when COVID hit and we was literally at home every day, not being able to do anything. That's when I really started to get on 2K. And it just went from there. I just kept at it, man. I don't know.
You had, yeah. I think in the beginning of COVID, I stayed productive for a little bit. Like I was working out, and I still would. I would work out at my parents' house. I would get on the drive because I was still playing. I would get on the driveway and I would do ball handling drills and I do quick ladder. And then we still had my very first original basketball hoop from when I was a kid. I get on there doing form shooting, and then when I was done, I go in my room. I set up Call of Duty or FIFA, and I would just play for hours and
hours.
Yeah. My girl, she listens to every podcast. She's gonna be like, some things, just don't tell me some things. Just don't tell me. Just like, I'm like, it's not even hurt. I'm not hurting anybody. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
But Phlan, man, it's been an honor. I got one last question for you before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your night. I think you're gonna watch a movie or something tonight. Have you started watching Peacemaker on HBO Max?
Peacemaker?
Yeah, I know you've seen Suicide Squad too.
Yeah, I have seen.
That was John Cena's character. It's a series on Netflix around his character. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Peacemaker.
I might have to check that out.
Highly recommend. Okay.
Peacemaker.
But how do you want to leave your legacy as a not only as a Gator, but as a college player? You know, you've had 4 tremendous years at Charleston Southern, and now having a really good year here. 17 games in. Hopefully, I don't know how many more regular season games than going off. But how do you want to leave your legacy as a Gator for everyone to remember you and when you go back and think about this time?
I just want everybody to remember and, to encourage everybody that if anybody could do it, coming from where I come from, not getting as many looks as others, and having to literally, work as hard as you could and to get to where I'm at, man. You gotta put in the work. I want to be remembered as I want to look into my brother's eyes and they just their eyes glow up and be like, that's my brother. That's the guy that I was outside playing basketball with. Even at the Boys and Girls Club, when I go back home, I want all the kids to look up to me and be like, I can be that because I know him. He was here with me. You know what I'm saying? He's friends with my big brother, my big sister, stuff like that. Those things those are things that go through my mind whenever, I'm just getting better and working, just trying to leave a legacy for the people behind me. Athens don't really have that many people, recruit there and go there to recruit. And I wanted to be the person that could take that back to Athens and give encouragement to people after me,
I love that. I love it, man. That's incredible. You're doing that now. You're doing it now. The best thing, just continue one day by day, just leaving it all on. When you wake up, how can I get better today? How can I honor my family? How can I honor God? And then at the end of each day, did I do it? If yes, keep doing it. If no, what could I have done better? Move on to the next day and keep doing it. Literally nothing is guaranteed in life, man. And it's so fragile. It literally is so fragile. You just turn the TV on and watch the news and you'll see like, oh my goodness. But just being able, like you said, being able to be in the position you are, and we always can sometimes wish things might be a little bit different, but just the fact that you're there and you made it and you represent your family and the community, man, you already are a role model. And that's huge. So living that, walking that, and can't wait to see how the rest of the season unfolds, man. You got a fan in me, and can't wait to see what you're gonna do after you finish up in Florida. But can't wait to see where the season's gonna end up.
I appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. That was episode, I can't believe it, number 20 of the Young and the Rowdies. That was the one and only number 24, Phlandrous Fleming Jr. We still don't even know what his name means yet, but it is still the coolest name in all of college basketball. You can catch the Gators. They got a tough stretch coming up here with Ole Miss, or the Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Tennessee, and a Big 12 game after that. But it's super exciting, guys. You already know the phrase, stay rowdy.